This is a vector problem where we are looking to find the ratio of two vectors from a given problem. So within this question we have a diagram representing various different points. We have a couple of vectors shown on there. So we have the vector a to b is described as 4a and a to c is 2b. We also have a to p, which is not written on here. P is partway along the line AM. We don't know how far along, but we do know the vector of that, and I just got to write that one onto the diagram. I think it helps to put everything on. So this one here, just going as far as P, is going to be 3 over 2 A plus 3 over 4 B. We know that M is the midpoint. So M is halfway between here and here, so these two are the same length, like that. And we're trying to find the ratio of A to P, P to M. So that's the ratio of this segment here, this segment here. So looking at what we've got here, the first thing we can work out, probably the easiest thing to work out on here, is the distance from B to C. What is the vector B to C? Well, the journey for B to C would be starting at B, using what we know, we would go back to A and then A to C. So we know that the vector of B to C is equal to the vector of B to A plus the vector of A to C. So what are those vectors? Well, we've got the vector of B to A is minus 4a. It's the opposite of this. 4a goes this way, so 4 minus 4a goes this way. So that's going to be minus 4a. And then I want to do the vector of A to C, which is 2b, so that's plus 2b. So I know that B to C is equal to this. Now, B to M, M is halfway to C. So the journey of B to M is half of the journey. So it's half of the vector B to C. So all I need to do now is just, I can say the vector of B to M is equal to a half of vector B to C. So B to M is equal to minus 2A plus B. And for good measure, let's write that onto our little diagram here. So that's going to be minus 2a plus b. Now, the next bit is not so clear to see, but we want to find out the missing part here of this segment AM is the PM part. So what is PM actually equal to? Well, PM could be represented as a journey going from P to A to B, and then B to M. We can go this way around. We could go this way around, I suppose, but we're going to go this way around. That's the way I'm going to choose to go. So P to M is equal to the journey of P to A, followed by the journey of A to B, followed by the journey of B to M. Now I know all of those three vectors, so I can write an expression for this. So P to M is equal to P to A, which is the opposite of this one here. So that is equal to minus 3 over 2A plus 3 over 4B. And then A to B is plus 4A. And then B to M is minus 2A plus B. Looks a bit messy. Let's get rid of the brackets and tidy this all up. Minus 3 over 2a, minus 3 over 4b, plus 2a plus b. So now I've got 2a minus 3 over 2a, so that's going to be a half a. B minus 3/4 is going to be plus a quarter b. So P to M is equal to a half a plus a quarter b. So I now know the vector for this part here. I know the vector for this part and this part, so I can now work out my ratio. So my ratio of a to p to p to m. Well, a to p is given in the question, so that is is 3 over 2a plus 3 over 4b, and p to m is 1/2 a plus 1/4 b. Now if you just analyse that or look at that for a second, what have we got here? Well, 3 over 2 is 3 times 1/2, and 3/4 is 3 times 1/4. So the ratio is just simply 3 to 1. Everything here is 3 times as big as everything here, and that will be my answer. So as a review, what you want to do is with the diagram, label the vectors that you know, label the lines at the same distance. If you have a midpoint and you know the total journey on a line, then you can work out the journey halfway. And always think of it as journeys, and think of it as I want to go from here to here. I can go direct, or I can go in another route. The vectors will always add up to the same thing. So you can build your journeys around, and then with the ratio, write down the vectors on the ratio itself in the form of the ratio, and then actually look at it and go, well, what's the relationship between these two? And clearly you can see that this is 3 times as much as that.